So today we are doing Moon River, and the low intermediate um, score has a lot of help. So what you're getting help in is just the starting notes of the certain places where it moves, and those comma that you see like at the end of bar two, the comma is your changing hand position, right? Lift up your hand and then watch out for the next note and the next finger because you're changing hand position. So those fingers are circled usually when there's like unusually out of 5 finger position. And then the little check mark that you see in bar four on the right hand is just the phrasing. The phrasing means if the singer was singing this, they'd be taking a breath there. So the beginning, breath before. Oh, I don't like this sound at all. I'm sorry about that. Let me see if I could find anything a little less. No. New phrase. And then again at the end, towards the end of the line one, you see the little check mark. That means new phrase. And then it continues into the second line, right? So understand that new phrase sometimes means lifting the hand, yes, but it doesn't necessarily mean change of position. A phrase though often means lift your hand because the singer is breathing there. Okay. Then I'd like to know if you basically recognize patterns that repeat. So in bar three, you got a little curvy line all the way demonstrating a pattern. That is B with the pinky up to the next bar. And then the bar later is the same pattern, B. So I'm just doing those things to help the low intermediate to recognize patterns and know that it's the same. And then the other thing I did for low intermediate is that every note that is tied, like the first time you see is towards the end of line one, you see a D half note dotted with a little curvy line. This curvy line is tied to the next bar D, which has a little X on it, and it's a little bit smaller. I'm changing the note head just to remind people, don't replay that D, it's tied over, just hold on to it. So those are the little tiny type of help that I do for you. Let's look ahead at the form before we're actually playing the right hand. So the first time around, you're going to go to this ending number one and play bar 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then you see those two dots for repeat. You're going to repeat from the beginning. And this time around at the end of line one, you're going to jump this time to ending number two, which has a C chord upwritten there, the C7/B flat chord. Okay? Then you're continuing to the last line, which itself has a repeat of 2 bars. Bar 21, 22 is being repeated because you see the 2 dot dot, it has opposing dot dot at bar 21. So basically I just want to notify again that the curvy line you see in bar 21 is, it's very much like the pattern you saw on the first line. B, A, G, F, G, there it is again. B, A, G, F, G, the rhythm is a little different, but we're repeating something familiar there. And we're repeating it twice because of the opposing dot dots. And then we finish with a whole bunch of tied notes. Okay, so that's how this song goes. So let's learn the beginning. And the rhythm I will take is about this beat. 2 is a G with a thumb. 1, 2, pinky on D. D, C, 2. Lift your hand and pinky on B. Down, 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 up, right? So the difficulty is just lifting your hand at the end of bar 2 and get your pinky to the B, written there for you, B, on bar 3, on time. So let's do it one time. 1, 2, go. G, 2, 3, B, C, 2, pinky on B. B, 2, down, 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 up, 2. And stretch your thumb because that's the phrase. We are breathing in that bar 4. Stretch your thumb down to middle C and back up to that B. B, down, 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 up, 2. Stretch again, thumb on middle C and then D, 2, 3, tied over, 1, 2. And you've had 2 phrases so far, right? One more time. From the beginning. G, 2, 3, D, C, 2. Pinky on B, 2, down, 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 up, 2. Thumb on middle C. B, 2, down, 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 up, 2. Thumb on middle C. 2, 3, 1, 2. And then the next phrase is E, C, and then we scroll. So I'm going to scroll in advance because my hand's going to be busy. Oh, actually, let me try to see if I could do that on my left hand. All right. Let's start from that quarter note E and then middle C, the last 2 notes of line 1. Number 3 on E. Here we go. E, C, 2, 3, G, E, D, C. And we repeat that same pattern. G, E, D, C. So the curvy line you see on bar 10 and 12 is to denote that is the same notes and same pattern. G, E, D, C. Let's go back again at the end of line 1. And let's start again on number 3 on E, the last 2 notes of line 1. E, C, 2, 3, and then G, E, 2, then C, 2, 3, same pattern. G, E, 2, 3. And there, you see, I wrote for you C chord up. And I circle those fingering because those fingerings are for what we call chord to the octave. So what is chord to the octave? Let me just change the view to just the keyboard. There. So chord to the octave means C chord is C, E, and G. To the octave means you want to repeat whatever your thumb is with the pinky on the same key. So C to C is a chord to the octave. So in between you have that E and a G, and the fingering for it is usually 1, 2, 3, 5. So practice your C chord to the octave. C, E, G, C. So yes, if you have a big hand, you could do that, but I still recommend you do like a spider, standing solidly on that one finger. Stretch number 2 to E, play it, release your thumb, releasing everything. Stretch your 3 to G, and your hand is in a closed position, relaxed, and then you get to the C on top, and you bring your whole hand over to that pinky. That is the correct technique to play chords to the octave. And believe me, if you had to practice your arpeggio, you would want that technique because you can't go like this and then move with stretched out fingers. You want to be doing one finger at a time, stretch to the next, stretch to the next, bring your hand over. So when you're doing this chord to the octave in the song, you want to do that technique, okay? So let's do that chord to the octave. Second here, let me get out of the screen. Chord to the octave, where it says C chord up, from the middle C there, in bar 13, middle C thumb. C chord up, and then the B, A, B, A, G, A. It's just steps after that. After the C chord up, you just have a whole bunch of steps with some rhythm, of course, but it's 5, 4, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. You can see it's all steps, right? So you don't want the thumb still lingering on that middle C. You want to bring your whole hand up to that pinky. One more time on that middle C in bar 13. Thumb on C, then A, G, and pinky on high C, down, up, down, up. If we scroll back up, we do the phrase. The phrase is beginning on E at the end of line 1. Number 3 on E, C, 2, 3, ending number 1, G, E, D, C, 2, 3, the same pattern, G, E, D, C, and you do a C chord up, down, down, up, down, up. So that's one phrase. It is a long one. So repeat that phrase until you're comfortable. Then you are repeating from where? From the beginning. Here we go again from the beginning. This is the second time around. Thumb on G. 2, 3, D, C, rest. Pick up your pinky. B, down, 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 up. Stretch up your thumb. That pattern, B, down, 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 up again. Stretch up your thumb to middle C again. 3, 2, 3, tied, 2, lift. The last two notes. Ease, 2, 3. But now we're going where? Ending number 2, the last 2 bars of this line. And so it's, again, your C chord up. It's the same C chord up we've been practicing earlier at bar 13, right? So let's start again at the end of line 1. Number 3 on E, middle C, 2, 3. C chord up, it means 2 on E, hold it, and then 3 on G, and the last note is up, high C. Because then you lift your hand, you see the little comma at the end of line 2? You lift your hand and you put it pinky on D, the first note of bar 19. Rest, and then pinky on D. D, C, G, 2, 3. Little rest that looks like a 7 is an 8th rest. So, rest. C, B, A, G, F, G, 2, 3. Those 2 bars we're going to repeat again. 8th rest, that looks like a 7. Rest. C, B, A, G, F, G, 2, 3. Middle C with thumb. 2, 3, and then F with the 4th. D, 2, tight, 2. Step up, and middle C, 2, 3, and then you have to hold it for 6 more beats because it's tight. All right, let's practice that last phrase again. We're going at the end of line 1 from the last 2 notes, E, C. We jump to line 2, we go to ending number 2, the C chord up. Then we have to lift our hand, because on line number 3, you have to rest. At bar 19, the pinky that you just played is moving up to D now. That's why that pinky on bar 19 is circled, but that note is D, the line note, dotted quarter note. D, C, and then G. If you put your hand, pinky on D, your thumb naturally falls on that G. And then you have these two bars that you have to repeat. Those two bars are beginning with an eighth rest. It looks like a number 7. And one of the notes, middle C, and then B. Pinky is on B. So middle C, B, and you just go down, 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 up. 2, 3, rest. And B, down, 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 up, because we're repeating that, right? And then there's like the last few bars. Okay, now that I've talked you through it again, let's do it without stopping. From line 1, the last 2 notes. Easy, because we always begin practicing with not bars but phrases, and that phrase begins here, the last 2 notes of line 1. E, C, 2, 3, second ending. E, 2, G, pinky on C, 2, 3, rest. Pinky on D, C, G, 2, 3, eighth notes rest. 2, 3, repeat that, eighth note rest. 2, 3, the last few bars, middle C, 2, 3, F, D, 2, tight, 2, E, C, and then you're supposed to hold that a very long time. So the right hand is not too bad, but you should be practicing it in phrases, just as we did. The phrases are very long. The phrases, the first one is short, right? The first one is only G, 2, 3, D, C, 2, pinky on B, down, down, down. Second phrase, middle C, B, down, 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 still middle C, and then D. Hold it for another tied half note. Then the third phrase is a long one, going to ending number 1. C, 2, 3, bar 10. B, C, 2, 3, same pattern. G, D, C, C chord up with the right technique. High C, down, down, up, down, down, up. Repeat from the beginning. Thumb on G, 2, 3, D, C, 2, pinky on B, down, 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 up. Stretch down to middle C, all the way to B, down, 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 up. Still stretching, thumb down to middle C, and finish with D, 2, 3, tie, 2. This time we're going to ending number 2. E, C, 2, 3, C chord. 2 on E, 2. 3 on G, pinky on high C, 2, 3, lift your hand, rest. Pinky on D, C, G, 2, 3. The 8th rest, that looks like a 7. 2, 3, repeat that 8th rest again. 2, 3, middle C. 2, 3, F, D. 2, tight, 2, E, C. And that would be what your right hand should sound like.